Hey there. So during the holidays, I told you that my compost bin had gotten gross. Gross, y'all. Okay, really nasty. It's my fault. Absolutely. I was trying to take a break and found a million other things to do and ended up absolutely spoonless. And I missed about a week of turning my compost consistently, plus at least one day a week for the month of December. So my compost got wet with the weather and it stayed that way, and then I wasn't turning it and I wasn't adding new dry material. So it got wet and nasty and stinky and infested with ants, and I promised you that I would tell you how I'm working to fix that. So this will be a quickie about that. And so for one thing, I have to get this done today because we're going to be back in the 20s tonight, and I have seedlings that are taking a nap in my compost to have some shelter. My compost is not going to warm them because I've not been taking care of it. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take the top layer of my compost off, and then I'm going to add some of the material from the chicken coop. You can see here I have it piled mostly in this corner, so I'm going to take some of this top off, and then this is part of the hay and poo that I just pulled out of the chicken coop over there. And I'm going to start to layer. Ready? I know you can't see down in there right now, but I'm just kicking a little bit off the top. Still really wet in here. And because I am a short person, I tend to lean on the side of the bin when I turn my compost, which is how I got eaten by ants the other day. So as I layer the hay and the poo in, I'm adding dry material, which will help with the wetness, and I'm adding nitrogen, which will help with the heat. It's going to get it kicked up. And then, of course, the hay itself is a carbonaceous material, which is in our compost the opposite, or the complement to the nitrogen to help them kick off together. Not seeing a lot of ants in there right now. I haven't gotten down to the bottom and I haven't watered it, so they might be down there, or maybe the cold got rid of them. Okay, so it seems that the ants have moved out, which is great. I have a loose chicken. Okay, chicken sorted. So the two questions are, how could I have kept this from happening, and how am I going to keep it from happening in the future? And they have the same answer. I'm going to keep on top of my composting. Typically, I do my compost 3 days a week. I add new dry material once a week and I turn it 3 times. I've not been doing that. And that's what happened. And going forward, I will keep on top of that, and that will keep this from happening again in the future, and it will correct the problem for this particular batch of compost. Ants gone, yay. Problem on the way to being solved, yay. It's cold and I'm gonna go back inside. Thanks for hanging out. Later, y'all.